Hello, everyone. Here we are, another Friday night, and I guess there's a full moon, Lalit.
Yes. Well, how did everyone do? Did you love that Mars Pluto thing? We're going to be in the middle of that for a little while, so we're going to have to adjust to that because it's going to be intense. Did everybody manage to do okay? How are y'all feeling? It was a
Wait
big
for it.
event.
It was a big moon, yes. So while we're waiting for people to come in, I've got SR Kish. Gets a cookie. She was the first one in the room. Ran Candy Rocks. Hello and happy Friday. We got that. Oh, this is a nice sentiment.
Cynthia. Hi, all. Hi, Cynthia.
Joyful.
Joyful Journey.
Hey, Lalit.
Hi.
And Kimby. Yes, there you are, Kimby. Bora Bora, as always, our little princess of protection. Okay, she's in. Kimby is in listening mode, so won't be able to chat. Beautiful moon tonight.
Oh, yes.
I'll take your word for it because it's pretty cloudy
It's
here.
it's a super moon, and it's the closest it's going to be like all year. It's our third super moon. One more to go. 4 in a row. Boom, 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 boom. We'll be out.
Oh, wow.
It is really big. I can't see people's questions. Let's see. There we go.
I got it.
I see you now.
Okay.
SR. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I've got Gina here saying, hi, beautiful community. Isn't it a good community? I mean, really.
All you beautiful people. It's so nice to be here.
Okay, here we go.
I'm immediately uplifted in your presence. Oh, thank you.
Sharon's on board.
Thanks, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon.
Mm-hmm. She advertises for the both of us through the chat the whole night. I don't know if you realize that.
I usually can't see it.
Okay.
So I'm thankful to know that. I'm going to try to make a change so I can see the chat actively, because when I have my screens going, I can't always. I was talking for a second with Debra just before we went online, and I told her that SR, I just got your question about the dowsing rods. And I thought it was a great question, and I'll talk about that a second, because I'd like everybody to know. And I wanted to offer for anyone who wants a yes or no question answered, which is what this is so wonderful for. It could be like related to elections or your personal life. If you could ask a good question for dowsing rods that we could do with a yes or no, we could do them very quickly. And so everybody should be able to get a question answered that they want.
Absolutely.
That would be great.
Well, I have some news for those of you who want to douse but don't have dowsing rods. And also, if I remember, and I don't think I got back to you, SR, about one was bent. I don't think it matters because you can do it with a wire coat hanger.
Yes, you can.
So you place your hands in right across from the hook on the straight side. And so the hook part is facing away from you. And then you can do yes, no with that, or ask what's yes and then ask what's no, right? That's fun. But the problem is you don't get, wire coat hangers much anymore because of that movie. But anyway, oh my gosh. So we are doing, hi, Karen. It's nice to see you, Water Lily.
And on the topic of SR asked about copper. She asked if copper was good. Yes, these are copper. Copper is good because it conducts electricity. So that's why we have it in our electrical systems, because impulses travel freely without resistance over copper. And that's why these copper ones, these are copper, are so excellent because they're very sensitive and rapid moving. Sometimes I'm amazed because I'll be sitting here, someone will ask a question on the chat, and before I can even I could think of the question myself. The rods are moving. It's quite amazing, and they are so active, and they are so they have their own mind. They can say that they are kind of unusual. They are surprising and interesting, and sometimes amusing in their responses. So they're fun to play with, and we can try them out today.
Whatever you're
we
fooling with is really loud.
I'm sorry. It's the rods. I'll put them aside.
Okay.
It was the rod. It was those were the rods scraping along on the table there.
Sorry. Said that's okay. And Water Lily, hello. So as always, I am going to, where are you? I just saw a question. If you wouldn't mind, Karen used them. Yeah, Karen Doyle used her rods last time. If you don't mind, please put your question in all caps so the old gal can look at it, and we will have our astrology report first, and then we'll get back to the questions, but I will star them. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Ready or not? Here we go.
I'll get out of here.
Okay. All right, everybody. We've all been experiencing it this week. I know the solar activity is really high. It's reaching the maximum for this solar cycle, and they're saying that the sun is going to shift its magnetic poles, which it does. Don't be afraid. It's something that happens, a normal thing, but it's reaching the maximum amount of its power. And that's reflective of all the things that are happening in our solar system that are coming to us. And I think that all of you have been feeling this week. It's been very intense, hasn't it? I had a quote last week I wanted to tell you, and I lost it, the quote, which was so beautifully worded. I'll find it by next time, but it was something to the effect that you can pass several months with very little activity in your life and very little going on in the world. And then suddenly, in one very intense period, months worth of activity will just happen in a few days. And we're undergoing a period like this. We're having a lot of activity, and we're going to talk about what's going on. And I want you to feel confident that these big cycles that we're going through are going to have the most beautiful positive effect for humanity. And the outer planets, which we're going to talk about, are really showing great spiritual transformation. And that is what we're aiming for. This is what's going to be happening. And the big results will be felt. I mean, just to give you the big picture, we're going to take a real breath of relief in spring. We'll be saying, whoa, the world has totally changed. And I'm not saying it's going to be intense and bad until that time. I don't mean that. This will be the arc. From now until spring, things will be developing in a way that are going to be very surprising for many people. We talked we're going to start with a little quick review of the things we talked about last week. We noticed Pluto and Mars were in opposition to each other in a grand cross with the sun and moon. Sun and moon are circled in yellow with the big arrows pointing to it. This happened yesterday, and we are feeling it now and for the next period of time. This is going to be effective. It's the grand cross, and we are feeling a lot of emotional intensity. We have increased psychic activities. This is the good news for the people in this community. The positive aspect of all of this is increased intuition, increased psychic skills. Your dream realm is enhanced, and your development is going to really accelerate in a very positive way. So the thing that you will need to do is take a little bit of personal care to, when things are getting really intense, to develop your breathing so that you can do the slow breathing that affects your vagus nerve. If you inhale deeply and then hold it and then exhale more slowly than you inhale, you put the vagus nerve, which goes to all of your organs and through the neural system, calms down. It helps you maintain stability and balance and open all your chakras. So a simple breath that you can do, I like the 6, 7, 8. Breathe into a count of 6, hold it to 8 to 7, and then slowly exhale to 8, 6, 7, 8. If you don't want to bother with that, then just see that you are exhaling slower than you're inhaling, and that will help you. And when people around you have lost maybe their nerves are, it's like exposed nerves, like if you're having a root canal or something and your nerves are exposed and they're very sensitive. People are hypersensitive. So if you're in contacting people like that, do your breathing, take a 30,000 foot leap into the stratosphere to get some perspective on the situation, see if you can respond calmly, slowly, or put it off to another day, maybe till things can calm down, because people's emotions are highly intensified during this period with the Mars and Pluto opposition, and this is going to be in effect till the next lunation, when we have the next new moon, which is what we're going to talk about. So all of the major planets, as you know, the big ones, all the exterior planets, everything from Saturn out, has been retrograde, and now they are going to, all of them, change signs. All of them. All at once. And when you consider that each of these planets has a completely different cycle, I mean, Saturn is 29 and a half years, Uranus is 84, Neptune is like 165, and Pluto is 248 years. For each of them to be changing signs in a short period of time is a very unusual thing. And the major cycle that we're having is the age of Aquarius, which happens once every 25,000 years. So we're having all the big major cycles. It's a shift of all the gears all at once. So like in the Chinese proverb that says, most you can ask for is that you live in interesting times, where you're going to be living through the most interesting times that humanity has ever had. Many of the big changes that we have will be in technology, especially Uranus and Mercury is getting together with Pluto, and there will be immense changes in communications, in the internet, in all kinds of technology, in AI, and there are things that we have not even imagined as possibilities. People 50 years ago never knew what the internet could do to bring humanity together on a global scale. We couldn't even envision that change. The changes that we're about to experience are going to be more dramatic than that, and very helpful in terms of healthcare and the general humanitarian help for people. There will be a lot of changes in the Neptunian things, which governs water. So the idea of water purity, the idea of not having carbon-based fuel, and the rising level of water is going to be something that's going to be addressed, and we'll be making some changes because of the shift that we are going through. And with Neptune changing sign also, that governs the spiritual aspect, and we are going into a fifth density. So we're dissolving a bit of the heaviness of the life on Earth, which has been very slower, because all of the planets have been in Earth and water signs. And Debra will tell you about tarot cards. If you have pentacles and cups, you will see, for example, now Debra, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Knight of Pentacles is very stalwart. He's sitting there. He's not going anywhere. He's the slowest. Is that right,
No,
Debra? No?
the suit is the slowest. The knights are all
Yes.
fast-moving
Okay.
energy. They all have horses.
Yes, but of all the knights, the Knight of Pentacles is the
Is
one
the
that
slowest.
is the slowest. That's what I meant. It's the suit,
Okay.
the Pentacles. So the Pentacles, so in communication and moving, which is what's going to be happening, we're going from Pentacles, the slowest, the Earth, and the Earth one, and into fire and air. So this is going to be things will be moving much faster and more accelerated, and communications is going to be completely changed. And healthcare and humanitarian things we're going to be going through big revolution in the next, this is going to be like a 30-year change of all of the details, to which the Earth society will become not global, but galactic. And we're going to get a lot of help from spirit and from our other galactic brothers and sisters in the universe. Things are going to evolve in ways that we cannot even conceive of. And it's going to be very, very beautiful and so interesting. And I'd like to talk about the immediate future now instead of just the general term, so that you can see the next lunation coming up. And we've been having every couple of weeks, full moon and new moon that has been so powerful. And each time it happens, right on clockwork, something big occurs. There would be the attempted assassination, or Biden resigning, not resigning, but dropping out of the presidential race, etc. You know what they were. And yesterday, right on cue, the judge said time was up for the 1,000 pages of evidence that Jack Smith has in his file for the January 6th stuff. And that evidence has been released this morning. So that happened yesterday. That the time was up during the big lunation. Now, Pluto and Mars, the big thing that it is hidden secrets coming to light. Now, this could be in legal things, because that is one aspect of it, but it can also be in your personal life. But hidden things are going to be coming out in relating to our society in America and our election, because it's passing, this influence is passing geographically in astrology right over Washington, D.C. So you can expect, I would think myself, haven't we seen all the secrets possible? Isn't there enough? Could there be more? Yes. There's going to be a shocking amount of secrets coming out, and they will be influencing the justices, the Supreme Court, and other political beings, and big money, relating to big money. These are 8th house things, Scorpio related things. Big money, the big contributors, the big influencers in money behind the scenes that have been pulling strings. Things are going to come out that are going to be shocking. And so, yep, we'll be ready for that. You would have thought that, what else could we see? We've heard everything, but no, there's more coming. So here is the new moon, which is going to be happening November 1st. And I wasn't able to get all the little things highlighted, but I want you to just to see Pluto and Mars will be reaching that exactness of their conjunction on November 4th. Hooray. Yeah, so it's funny how things are timed, isn't it? Doesn't it seem funny? Synchronistic. They're just it's not that Mars and Pluto are making this happen in the election day, but the election day and Pluto and Mars are conjoined in the cosmic things, way things are going, and it's just happening on election day. We've got it turning exact. And that you will see that Scorpio 9 degrees. So everybody take a note of this. 9 degrees of Scorpio. I want you to look in your horoscope and see where do you have that, and see what influence it's going to be. I will use my own chart as an example. So this is the full moon. It's going to happen the new moon. Excuse me, new moon. I said it wrong. New moon in Scorpio is happening 9 degrees of Scorpio. In my horoscope, I have Scorpio right here in the 12th house. You can tell, look around this ring, outer ring. This is Virgo, this is Libra, this is Scorpio, this is the glyph for it. So look on the horoscope. If I sent you your horoscope, if I didn't, send me your thing and I will get it out to you this weekend. I really am. So look for this sign and see where you have it. Scorpio. These little marks, like this one, is a division of the sign. You can't see it?
See your chart. We just see you.
Oh, wow. So, on what I'm looking at is the chart. There it is. I'm so sorry. There it is. I learned now that I have to click twice to change screen. The first click, I see the change, and the second click, you see the change. That's confusing. All right, that's a new thing. I got an upgrade to this program. All right, so these little lines that demark the house divisions, I'm clicking on them around. This is the 12th. This is the midheaven. This is the 10th house, 11th house, ascendant. I happen to have Scorpio in the 12th house, and my moon is there. So I have 9 degrees of Scorpio right here in the 12th house now. So this is the time for me to really work on my mediumship and spiritual connection, because this is psychic and intuitive abilities. So I'm going to be really dedicating myself the next couple of weeks, because you want to set your intentions for the new moon is where you get direction for the whole next new cycle. So look where you have 9 degrees of Scorpio. What house is it in? And that will be the area of your life to focus on. Set your intentions for how you're going to progress for this next new moon, because this is where you plant the seed of the next cycle, and you plant the seed ideas. You think really hard about the direction you're moving and where you would like to have progress in your life. And this is the time to get a lot of powerful manifestation for that, the next new moon on November the 1st. So you really meditate a lot upon Scorpio in your 10th house, water lily. 10th house is the house of career and standing in your public standing. If it's right up here, this is how you present yourself to the public and your career. So this would be for you thinking of new possibilities, maybe for career directions that you hadn't even thought of as possible. You could set out in a completely new direction. So if you see what you have there, if you have planets there, that will give you further indication. But the 10th house is your public standing and career things that are going on for you. So let's see what else I wanted to say. So things are going to be moving really fast, and really, really big changes in society that are just unimaginable to us now. And they will be affecting people in very intense ways. So we're going to have a lot on communications, internet, artificial intelligence, then the humanitarian things, healthcare, and society working together. So we're going to see people working together for good in ways that have not happened in a long, long time. People are going to start pulling together. We've been in sort of a massive tug of war. And instead, people are going to really have, there will be a big revelations in our governmental force, so that there will be big different attitude toward healthcare and children, and all of these things will be just remarkably cleared up, and it's going to be a happy day. Much bigger. When FDR put in the New Deal, we got health, we got Social Security and things like that. It's going to be bigger than that. So it's bigger and bigger changes, and much A
Awesome.
lot with to do with all the way of getting news and communication. Things are going to be uncovered.
Awesome.
So the truth will come to light. There will be hidden things that now are being hidden from us that are going to come out, that are going to be really shocking. And
okay.
it's going to be a big clearing of the air, and then we're going to move forward in a new direction. Now, right after the election, there's going to be, at the election time, there's going to be a lot of tension and things. No civil war or anything like that, no. But there will be a lot of tension. Just, you are ready for it. You're prepared. You know this is happening, and it has a short arc. On the 19th of November, Pluto goes direct into Aquarius for the last time, finally. That doesn't mean all problems are resolved and suddenly we're in heaven. No, it doesn't mean that. But it does mean that things are really going to lighten up, and you'll see things moving in the right direction. And then in January, more changes. And in the spring, it's going to be a new earth, a new birth for us. Things will really, you're going to be.
And we will keep you posted on that.
And we'll get more details on this to come, because there's really, this is not an astrology group, and so we can't give you all the details, but there are so many things backing up what I'm saying. It's not just one little thing. It is so complex a situation that we've never seen anything like this.
So I want to talk to you about the questions. I want to read off the people that I have questions with. Then I have statements. So I have Donna. I've been practicing with the rods. Awesome. Having so much fun with mine. That's awesome. I've got a general question. Oh, here. You missed this when you were talking. From Rose. Lalit, I could listen to your information every day. You give me a dream come true.
God bless you.
Boy,
it's awesome. The cosmos that's giving us this, and spirit that's giving us this. We happen to be so lucky to live in this time.
Yeah.
It's really going to be a big show.
So I think I have you already, Ness, but I will go ahead and star you again. Let me tell you who's on the list. If you've written in a question and I don't say your name, then I don't have you in on the list. So then you rewrite it to me. And we're going to make them short. Of course, yes, so fun. I'm hooked. Karen with her rods. I love that. We're going to so you participate tonight.
Yeah.
Have some fun. Everyone with rods, can bring them in.
We'll talk about these a little bit.
So I'm going to call out
something that I forgot to say. I'm sorry, it's quick. It had occurred to me that the little saying that caught on to everybody, we won't go back,
right,
is the essence of it. We are really taking a giant leap forward, and the momentum has gained so much that we can't go back, because the snowball is forming, and we are not going back for sure.
That is
Don't
comforting.
worry about it. So keep that in mind. And it's generally when we get started, I'd like to just show a little bit about the rods to see.
Okay, but we're running. I've got questions, and so I think everything was answered. So I'm going to call out your names to let you know I have your question. CJ, Water Lily, Joyful Journey, Mary Thornberry, Charlie C, Sage of Fire, Gina O, Donna O'Brien, Mary Thornberry wrote it twice, Gina O again, Rose is on here, SR is on here, Ness and Cynthia Smith. There's Rose again. There's a lot of questions that are repeated, so it'll go pretty fast. Let me just do my homework here before I start. I'm very sorry. Let me see here. So there was here. Yeah, I had to start this one. Hypnicity. Discombobulated is my word lately. I find that so funny.
That's not happening to anyone else here, I'm sure. No.
Oh, I'm sure.
No.
I'm sure you're the only one. Write a book about how that
Oh,
feels, huh?
man.
So,
Raise your hand if you're in the club. I'm the discombobulated
club.
babes. There we go.
And I do have someone in the audience that might be lurking, and you met her in in Las Vegas with Linda Bartow. It was Sarah was her name. So, but she's
Sarah.
lurking. She doesn't have a question yet.
Okay.
A new, to me, vehicle soon.
CJ. Will CJ be getting a new vehicle soon?
But wait. We got to do it. Frame of reference. Don't say soon. Soon to me is next week. Right? So let's say in the next 6 weeks or 1 month or so, whatever it is, speak it and then douse on it. But there has to be a timeline. Let's try for that.
Okay, so are we asking 1 month? Will you get a new vehicle?
That's what you would, yeah.
That's what you would. Okay, would CJ be getting a new vehicle within 1 month? That's a firm yes. Yeah, a firm yes goes like that. I mean, this is when it's really firm. It hits me in the face.
It smacks you.
Yeah. So this is a firm yes. When so you should, but not everybody does rods the same way. So you should ask your rod, show me a firm yes. This is for me always a firm yes. Okay. Show me a firm no. I get a firm no, goes like that. Then you could have a leaning yes. Leaning yes, like probably goes like that for me. The right one is to my ear and the left one is forward. But you should ask your rods, show me a leaning yes. For me, this is leaning yes. Show us a leaning no, like heading toward the no. Okay, you see how the middle one, the right one is pointing forward and the left one is going back? That's leaning no. And a firm no, absolutely not. Show us a firm no. I know you can do it. They're saying, okay, there's a firm no. It goes cross forward. So
I want
CJ, yes.
Okay, I want to say something. I know a lot of you go on you ask the same questions in other forums, and you get different results. That is because everything's moving. There is someone down the line, the guy that's going to sell it to you, that made a choice that puts him farther away from you. So the answer would have been no, right? Right now, there's someone syncing up saying, I want to sell my car. And then life starts syncing up because you're the magnet for that car, right? But that is why you will get different things, different answers on different forums, because don't let any reading bring you sadness or despair, because that just means if you wanted a yes and you got a no, that just means you need to move into your energy and manifest a little bit more, bring it in a little bit, be a stronger magnet. So I just wanted to say that. But that's great. You're going to get a car. Here we go. Here you go, Lalit. Will my finances get better soon?
Water lily. In the next 6 weeks, Debra? Is that a good period?
Let's do this, because it's November, by the first week of December. First full week of December.
First full week
you should have
water lily. Finances improve. Oh. I'm getting a yes.
Awesome. So now with that, sometimes people will say, oh, good, I'm going to have a windfall soon. I'll just keep spending the same way. right?
Mm.
Or not look for another side gig or something like that. So, but you need to move towards the wealth building. Just because we said it's going to get, that means that right now it looks like it's synchronizing up. It could be the application to drive Uber or something like that comes to mind. Oh, I want to do that for a little while, make 100, 200 a day. And so, or DoorDash or one of the food things, get, fair, it's good money. But so even though it said yes, you still have to do the actions. So just
Yes,
saying.
you are the conduit through which the energy will flow. So that doesn't mean suddenly you can just be foolish. Keep focused on the goal and feeling it present, and feeling positive, feeling that it's present now, and this is happening, and then act accordingly in a responsible way where you're taking steps toward your goal every day and being happy about it. This is the main thing is the way you feel. The way you feel about it is so important.
So I have here, Ness, list is not in order. No, it's not. That's part of my charm. I'm sorry. Okay. I started starring the questions in the middle and I did it wrong, but I'm just checking some of these.
And you are so charming, Debra, in everything you do.
It's part of my charm.
Yes, you are very charming.
It's a tick. It's a tick I have.
No, keep us on our toes.
Yes, yes. Okay. Will my interview today lead to a job offer? Joyful journey. You crack me up. So charming.
I think it's undecided yet.
It's undecided?
You're on the
See,
balance.
And that is because that would come up undecided when you're interviewed by someone who likes you, but your application hasn't gone to the next person. So don't despair. It's just not the timing here.
Hasn't been decided yet. Yeah. Things are not firmed up.
I got to tell you and admit to something. I live close to Hollywood, and I've had people go out on auditions and call me and say, how did I do on that? Will I get a call back? And the cards are so weird. It's yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, because there's so many people who need to decide who gets the call back. And so anyway, I'm not good at callbacks. So don't despair now. Okay.
And the other thing that can happen is something may not come directly from this, but as a result of it in an indirect way might happen, but it's undecided. So
our Mary Thornberry, I bought a very cheap car today. Oh, those run the best. Let me tell you, because my car collapsed this past Sunday. And so will the new cheap car work out for me? Now that's vague, right? Will it work out for you? Are you, what is working out? I'm going to frame it like this. Will it get me to from A to B and C safely? Is my car safe? Will it start every single time I start it? So what do you get there? Oh, see.
Yes, it's not really a tentative yes. It's not like hooray, but it's going to do the job. It will get you from point A to point B, and I think you'll be getting the results that you really need. When I first moved to Italy, I bought a car for $50. I can't tell you what that car did for me. It lasted so long, and it was an amazing thing. Someday I'll tell it.
And
Yeah.
sometimes when you get an older car, it's used to the last owner. And so you just have to, it's got to get to know you. And so maybe there's a little something, something, but you'll be able to, it's not like you won't be able to afford to fix the little things. Oh, Charlie says the rods, wire hangers, she untwisted them and cut. Works well. I never untwisted them. And yeah, Karen says messages are so clear with the rods. Now, Gina O. My question, will I get anything from my father's estate?
Father's
For
estate,
entertainment purposes only.
Okay.
So
This,
you know.
the Pluto Mars thing is other people's money and estate money and inheritance money are effective. So just from thinking of the astrology, not the rods, I think it won't happen immediately. There might be some glitches along the way because we know this Pluto thing is not going to clear up in a day, but in a month or two, I think you should see some results. But let's ask the rods about your father's estate, Gina. Are you going to get anything from your father's estate, an amount that you will be happy with from your father's estate? You could be happier, but you'll be reasonably satisfied. Maybe not everything you hoped for, but
you know what? What I got was the very first card was for her was the Hangman. Spirit is asking you to look outside the box, change a perspective. I do see a lot of some other people maybe grabbing or whatever, and you will have an opportunity to stand your ground. Just speak up. And the time to do that is now. So put your order in, put your request in, but be mindful of where it's coming from and why it's coming to you. But it looks like the rod said yes.
The rod said yes. Probably not as rapidly as you'd like, and maybe not as much as you would like, but in the end, it will be satisfactory.
Awesome. Donna O'Brien, will I find a job soon? I live rurally and jobs are hard to find that pay a livable wage. Man, I'll think of the name of it, but there is the remote, if you do technology, the remote jobs are so good. They're like paying the same as in-house jobs. So you might consider that.
What's our time frame on this question?
Yeah, what's the time frame? So I live with. So we want it before the first snow. I have a feeling Donna lives where there's snow. I don't know. I think it's only because I think it always snows in rural places, even in California. I used to think a cat is a girl and a dog is a boy. So there you have it. So go ahead. Here we go.
Okay,
let's say by
will Donna find a job
by winter?
Leaning yes.
I'm not getting money for this plug, but I think it's flex, the number 4, and then jobs. FLEX, the number 4, and then jobs.com. They vet all the remote jobs. So you don't have to try that. Hope that helps. Okay, we did that one. Rose, what do you see in the election of the House and Senate? Will it go blue? I sure hope so. I have so much emotion around this, but I'm going to try it. I've got 2 decks here.
Can we do the House first?
Let's do the House first.
Okay. Will the House turn blue? I got a little whack on that one. Yes. That's a strong yes.
All right. The next one is the Senate.
Well, the Senate. I think the Senate's going to be a nail biter.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
The Senate is a nail biter. So it's not this, the House, look, it whacked me one, yes, but this is a nail biter. And I think that the result will be blue, but it's going to be harrowing. So get some chamomile tea.
Now, also how you can read that is those candidates are all in their states doing and saying and all these different things. And all a state needs, is the states that decide, is a candidate that says the wrong thing or actually tells the truth, and they really do want abortion to be legal, illegal, or something like that. There's going to be some tripping. So some of that nail biting could go to a direct yes if Democrats keep their poise, keep their wits about them. SR. Question. Deborah, how is P feeling in general and about me? Will I hear from him in October? Lalit, does he miss me?
Okay. I'll focus on your question to me, SR.
Mm.
SR, that's a strong yes, he misses you. And the funny thing is, the second you asked me that question, my cat started howling to me, like crying to me, which he hasn't done all day. Crying. The second I got that question, he started crying. So I do think that was an affirmation from the rods and the cat. Yes.
And I got I got the Knight of Cups, which is messages of love, and it's positioned in the present moment. And also his job is going really well. In fact, he might have another job or one that's more secure. And in general, he's feeling much better. So as far as looking towards you, I do have a queen in the near future. And so that I'm thinking that he's going to direct some attention to you. Something he did he's proud of, and it brought him out of feeling bummed out and angry. So I hope that helps. Ness. General message from my guides at Grow Your Light with Debra Zachau. Thank you so much. Whoops. So I'm going to use a new deck. And so a general, those of you who like tarot, I just have to teach. To do a general reading, what you do is the very first card out, the suit will tell me what subject we're going to go with, what the message is going to be with that subject. So the first card out is Cups. So we're going to talk about your emotions. It doesn't really matter what the card is. It's just Spirit said Cups. And then the reading starts. And I have got the Empress, and you know tarot, so you know how powerful the Empress is. My goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. So usually I don't do this, you go, oh, I get excited. So the Empress is first and the Hanging Man is second, telling me that You're going to have options coming in, some that you maybe haven't thought of before, hanging man. And so you're going to look outside the box. But what I wouldn't ever assume if a hanged man or hanging man comes in reversed for you, which means stuck in one thought and not budging, it just doesn't feel like you. So if I ever had a reverse hanged man, I would put it upright. I have the 10 of Swords reversed, meaning you're getting over a hardship. Spirit is saying, we saw your anxiety. Anxiety starts moving the emotions, and we're here for you. The coolness of this is I also have the Fool card, which means it's almost like Spirit is saying this to me. Shh, don't tell her what blessing we're going to bring. So I never douse farther from on a Fool asking what the blessing is, because the reason being is that the Fool wants you to entertain this new thought that you're going to receive, and execute it with a child's heart, a new journey, starting a new journey. So that's 8 good. That's a happy reading.
Good on you, Ness. You
Yeah.
deserve it. I feel you're launching. You're recovering from the pain and ready to launch anew.
Okay. I read this, Cynthia, and I'm not sure I understood it fully. So, when will my son stop thinking Republican? Republicans are better suited in office, where Dems are taking away benefits from his children. I provided the best I could being single parent as a Democrat. Oh, the rebellious. I'm going to ask, will your son, is he leaning Republican, or is he going to stay a Republican? Let's do that. Is he going to stay a Republican throughout it? So let's do that. That's a yes, no. Lalit, what'd you get?
Oh, it was odd because what I got was no movement, like just straight ahead. That is very rare. It's like I think he's planting his feet in the ground right now and is stubborn and is not open.
Yeah.
I do feel there would be a change, but not as you would like right away. But it will be seen in some future. Right now, he's hardened his heart, and he's not open to change at this time. I think
I got the same thing. So
you can show him the way, but you can't, if you lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So he will have to make his own choices, and you have to love him anyway for making.
And also, if he has a hardship with the government or red tape or benefits, I'm not just saying him, but anybody, you can get really frustrated with the system because the system ain't working for you. So whoever's in office, Republican or Democrat, you ain't going to vote for them because you're having a hardship with the government. So I can see it's short-sighted, yes, but it's who he is right now. What does it look like? This is Rose. I don't try your last name because I think it'll come out sounding bad. Piontek. Anyway, Rose. We're going to say Rose. What does it look like for me on 11/3? November 3rd. That's probably your birthday. Let's Let's form a question. What would the lands, how do you want to form that question for yes, no, Lily? I'll do the other stuff, but
Okay. Well, Rose, it's going to be a transformational time for you because that is the height. The 3rd and the 4th of November this year is the height of that Pluto Mars opposition. They're exact at that moment. And it's the exact moment of the new moon. So this is transformational. I would say you're going to be a different person. You're going to be really a transformation from the root, all really deep. And I think you're going to just feel like you're reborn.
wow. Let me see, let me just do one step farther.
That is your return, your solar return for the year. So it's going to be a formative year for you that will change your life in unforeseen massive ways. So this coming year is going to be very big for you.
And you're well prepared for it because you are a 21/3 life path. 3 is good communication, creativity. Threes are pretty good. It looks like you struggled in your life feeling independent inside a committed relationship. You didn't feel yourself when you're around people. You like that individualness, or then there's times you would think, oh, I can't wait, I can't live without someone, then that confuses you as well. But the 3 is all about creativity and communication. So if you are having trouble, challenge in your life, you need to paint a picture, decorate a cake, I don't care what it is, you write something, listen to music and dance, create that, and that's your ticket out of despair. This has been, I think, a hard year for you, because here's this creative person and you're enduring a 4 personal year, which means you do work and you do good work and nothing's mirrored back to you. It's like the cycle of reward isn't really clicking in. You've done, it's a chop wood, carry water kind of year. And then, which means next year is your 5 personal year. That's when it's almost like life gets to change life for you in a matter of like, it decides and then you adapt, and 3s adapt. That being said, if you go online and you ask, what does a 5 personal year mean in numerology, you'll read all the weird stuff. And it troubled me, that definition, until I worked on the hotlines and I asked people, or, for their birth date. And then I worked it out. I saw this one woman had a 5 personal year, and I started out with her. Oh, you've had a tough year. Things come out of the blue. She goes, yeah, they did. I got the office I wanted. I got the title I wanted. I just got invited to do a TED talk. That's what the 5s can do, bring in bounty. And if life says no, just trust it, work it out, go create something, and don't do whatever life says. If it's too hard, stay flexible. And that does it. Cynthia says sun always challenges her. Someday you'll learn that you'll congratulate yourself that you created an independent soul, not a clone. He's doing his own mind. He's angry right now, so he might vote conservative. And but it's going to be a blue wave anyway. Hey. Okay, Ness says, I am repainting my office this weekend, a fun color, inner child color. She had the fool. That's awesome. And SR said, thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Karen, did your rods correspond? Did you find, you said fascinating reads. How did you do with your rods? Karen, were your rods working for you?
Anybody who is working with coat hangers? Oh, yeah, yes. That's for me. This is a nice blessing. Ness says, I know she's saying this to all people that are struggling with others. I wish for you a partner that doesn't keep you guessing, but allows you to be free, free, free inside the union. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
SR. And this transformation will come from your heart first. When you change yourself, and then you will get the partner that you deserve.
So thank you, everyone. I can't use my intro or outro, but the dancing alien will be back soon. So, oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Thank you so much. And so next week, same time, same bat channel. And then Sunday.
And I think I'm going to have my new alien deck ready for us next
the
week.
ET. So we're going to,
deck.
Yeah, we're going to go off planet next week. So
And the
I
new
just
moon. Get ready for that new moon.
Tomorrow I am on Sherry Voices from the Swamp. That should be a good show. I love that name. And it's been a long time since I've been on her show. Sunday is, of course, Kaylee, channeling the Holy Spirit. And then on Tuesday, I've got Jonathan. And Kaylee and I are doing an extra show because we need to change the time and day of her show with me. We have to change it to like Tuesday because something happens around her area. She lives in a rural area as well, and she works online. But there's a lot of noise during this time of year, and she's not going to be able to do readings with peace or at all. So we're going to be on Sunday and explain this all. But we're also going to do a pop-up on Tuesday. So, okay, I'm just reading transformational. All right. That's a good feeling. Both right. I feel this year has been transformational for you. Yes. Yes, that's for sure. I love those. Once you calm down about doing something different, I have a hard time with that sometimes. But we will see you next Friday for a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone.
Love you.
Love you.